In this video, you're going to learn how to build a voice AI agent with n8n that's going to be able to instantly look up caller information in a CRM, check real-time availability, book appointments, and also answer any customer questions all automatically 24/7. We're going to be using tools like Vapi AI to make this AI agent and process information, and then we're going to be using n8n on the back end to create bookings, check availability, look up customer information, and this is all going to be done using Google Calendar as well. And just quickly, if you are a business owner and you are looking to implement an AI system just like this into your business, feel free to book a free discovery call in the link in the description below. We'll be happy to help you out, answer any questions, and see how AI is a good fit for your business. Also, of course, this completely free AI agent is going to be available in the link in the description below. So feel free to go ahead and download the AI agent, implement it into your n8n workflows, and also there's going to be a system prompt there as well that I use in this video. And of course, if you do find this content and information valuable and helpful to you, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really helps me out keep giving these free resources and information. So without further ado, let's get into the video and I'll show you a demo of how the system works in real time.
Hello, this is Jade speaking with Smile Care Dental. How can I help you today?
Hey, how you going? I'd just like to book an appointment, please.
I'm doing great, thanks for asking, and I'd love to help with booking that appointment for you. Are you one of our existing patients?
Yeah, I am actually, yeah.
Great. Could you please provide the email address you used to register with us? I'll pull up your information to assist you further.
Yeah, so it's going to be ashtonvoss47@gmail.com.
Thanks, Ashton. I've got your information here. How can we help you today? Are you experiencing any issues like a toothache or sore tooth?
Yeah, actually, my wisdom tooth is hurting, so, could I please book an appointment?
I'm sorry to hear about your wisdom tooth. Let's get you in as soon as possible. What time and date work best for you?
Do you guys have availability tomorrow at 11 a.m., please?
Just a sec. Yes, the requested time of 11 a.m. on June 26th, 2025 is available. Would you like to book this time?
Yes, please, yeah.
Perfect. Just confirming your email. It's ashtonvoss47@gmail.com, so ashtonvos-47 right? And this is for that painful wisdom tooth?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
This'll just take a sec. All booked. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Hope that wisdom tooth feels better soon, Ashton. Take care, and we look forward to seeing you.
Alright, we can see right there, it just booked the appointment. It's got my name, it's got some of the details, my email, and the reason for the visit. So just like that, the AI agent can go ahead and automatically check availability, book appointments, and search a CRM as well. So let me show you the setup in Vapi, and then I'll show you the setup in n8n as well, and how it all works together. So let's get into that. So we're in Vapi AI, and this is going to be the platform we're going to be using to create this AI agent and have the abilities of taking inbound calls, talking and conversing with the customer, and then sending out information via tools to n8n to then process availability, checking the booking information, and then also looking up the client information. So I'm going to run you through how this is set up in Vapi. So first of all, I'm using just a single prompt assistant. So I'm using a blank template. So if you are in Vapi, you want to go ahead and create a blank template. And then this is what is going to be put on your screen in Vapi. So first of all, we've got the model, which is OpenAI. We're just using 4.0 for this time in this moment. And then on the mode, we have assistant speaks first. So because this is an inbound AI agent, we're going to have the AI picking up the call and then answering it. So that is going to be the message that you just heard in the demo call, which is, hello, this is Jade speaking with Smile Care Dental. How can I help you today? So that's going to be the first message that the AI is speaking to when the customer is calling it. Now here we have the system prompt. Now, again, the prompt is telling the AI agent what to do, how to handle the conversation, how to send different informations to different platforms using tools, and all of that good stuff right there. So first of all, we've got the role. Again, this is really important. We need to let the AI know the role of the situation and scenario for the agent. And of course, if you do want this template and you do want this prompt, it's going to be available for you just to copy and paste. You just need to make some small changes and yeah, it should be all good to go. So yeah, we've got the prompt here. We've just said you are a Smile Care AI assistant, friendly, professional, empathetic AI agent that is efficient with booking excellent customer service, streamlining appointment operation, and assisting with general inquiries. So that's going to be the role of the AI agent. And then I've got the current time here. So in Vapi, you can put dynamic variables in the current time to let Vapi know the current time. So this is going to be really useful when we're sending that requested time to n8n to then also check availability. So again, this is how we get the current time in the prompt. So it's letting the current time and letting the AI know the current time. So that's how we do it through dynamic variables. Now, the way I got this was asking Vapi AI. So I'll show you how to do it. I'll just say, how can I get the current time in my system prompt? And it should give me the variable that we can use. So obviously this is going to be different for there we go, right there. This is going to be different for your time zone. So all I did was just searched up, please do this for Brisbane, which is my time zone in Australia. So that's going to be the way that you can get the current time. So just search this up and say, please can I get the current time in my prompt for the time zone if you want to do that. So doing this is just really helpful to make sure we get the accurate and correct time that the AI agent and Vapi is sending out to n8n as well. So that's how we did that right there. Again, that's really important. And then we've got the task. So this is going to be how the AI agent is handling the conversation. So first of all, it's going to be step one. I like to process this in steps of how the AI agent likes to handle the conversation. So first of all, greet the user when they call. Be friendly, kind, charming. And then we're going to ask if the user is an existing customer inside our CRM. So this is really useful for businesses like dental care, where they've got lots of patients coming in, their CRM's updating, they have different history records, they've got different things on file. So again, this is just a great use case for an inbound AI agent that can actually look up these systems inside a database in CRM. So that's going to be this second step right here, is asking the user if they're an existing customer. And then if they do say yes, as you saw in the demo call, they're going to ask for the email to look up the customer information. And then from there, it's going to retrieve all that email with their history, their phone number, their database, everything they have on file within the CRM. And this just makes the conversation more personalized and a more better use case for these inbound AI agents. So then we've said, once you receive the information, you will confirm the details with the user, patient name, and last visit if recalled. And then we're going to ask about their current issues, so toothache, sore tooth, whatever it may be, and then confirm the issue and ask if they would like to book an appointment. Which then leads us on to step 3, which is trying to get the user into a booked appointment. So first, we're going to check the availability, and then we're going to book the appointment if that time is available. So first, we're going to be using the check availability tool. So this is a tool within Vapi where we can send information to n8n to then check the availability. And I'll show you how that happens a little bit later in the video. So we've said use the tool check availability to look for the appointment, and we need to make sure this is the exact same name in which the tool we have in Vapi as well. And then we've said when running the tool, you must never be in the past, always in the future. Personally, I've just found I've had a little bit of issues with Vapi returning different times in the past and the future, but again, having that time up there is really important, and then also making sure to reinstate it into your prompt to never process a time in the past as well. And then we've said if the user asks for availability, you also may use the check tool availability to look for an appointment, and always check within 3 days of the current time. If the request is not available, check other times within 3 days. So if the request or if the requested time of the customer is not available, it's then going to suggest other times within that time slot right there. So again, mention the exact time of the time slot, ask the user what time works for them if it does proceed. So if it does find that time that is available, it's then going to proceed to step 4, which is booking the appointment. And then if it's not, it's going to ask the user and it's going to converse and try and find a correct time for the appointment. Then step 4 is going to be booking the appointment. So if it is a returning patient, confirm the email and then confirm the name. And then we really need to make sure these AI agents and these AIs confirm the correct details. Because what I found with a lot of agents is if you don't prompt it right and if you don't make sure it has the right email, it can be a bit of a threat to the business because it's going to really affect, how their business works. So we need to make sure we have the correct details there. So I've just said, confirm the email and read it out slowly to the user right here. And then I've also said, ensure that you have collected the email name. So again, we're going to be using those different outputs and then sending it to n8n to book on the Google Calendar right here, as you saw right here. So that's what's going to be happening when booking the appointment. And then from there, once it's collected that information, it's going to run the book appointment tool to book the appointment with the following inputs. So name, email, and then purpose of the visit. So as you saw right here, it's got the purpose of the visit right here, wisdom tooth pain, and then the name and email right here. So that's how it's filed it into Google Calendar. And I'll show you how that works also later in the video. So again, if the booking is successful, let the customer know. And then if it's not, also let the customer know why it's not successful. I've got some guidelines right here. Again, never book the appointment in the past. If the user requests a time in the past, let them know. You need to make sure you understand the user's request, so always confirming it, making sure that information is correct, such as the email, name, whatever it may be. And then I've got an example conversation right here. I'm not going to go into it in too much detail, but essentially it's important that we give these AI agents an example conversation of how a conversation might go, because if it gets off track, it can then route it back to how it's meant to be speaking, and its task right here. Important notes, I always put this into every single AI agent I have to make it more conversational and natural. Just because this is a demo, it might not sound as natural as possible because I haven't used, the voices I would normally use, but it's just for a demo. For this purpose, important notes, this is just some notes that I had to prompt engineer within n8n to make sure that it returns the correct result and has all the information and it's returning it to Vapi. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for the prompt. Again, this prompt is prompting the AI agent with its role, its task, how to handle everything, and yeah, so on. So again, I've got a knowledge base here. So if you go ahead and look in the prompt, the AI agent can actually ask it any questions, and it's going to refer to that knowledge base, and also it's going to refer to that knowledge base, and it's going to use that knowledge base to answer any questions. So that's essentially what that knowledge base is for. I can quickly show you it actually right here. All right, so this is just a quick example of what the knowledge base looks like. It's just literally a Google Doc. So every time the customer answers the question, this is the knowledge base right here. I probably will leave this as well in the free resources as well if you do want to build this out, but I might as well just put it in there. So yeah, that's the knowledge base right here. Max tokens, essentially, this just means the maximum amount of tokens that the AI is using in its responses. So having this around 250 is really good, so it doesn't use too many tokens within OpenAI. Temperature is just the variability within the responses. So if you have it up higher, it's gonna have more variability within its answers. So I'm just gonna leave it at 0.5 for now, which is the standard. Voice configuration, I'm just using 11 labs right here. And then, yeah, that's really everything that we have. Now I'm going to move on to the tools, which is how we're going to process different information, which is really important. So let's get on to that right now. And just quickly, if you are finding this content valuable, just feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It just really will help me out, keep producing this content and keep giving away these free AI resources. And of course, if you are a business owner and you're watching this and you're looking to implement a system just like this into your business, feel free to book a call in the link in the description below. But without further ado, let's get right back into the video. All right, so we have three main tools that we have. We have a lookup, which is to look up the details of the customer inside the CRM, book appointment, and then also check availability. So I'm going to run you through each and every one of the tools, how it connects to n8n, and yeah, let's get right into it. So first of all, we've got the lookup tool. This is going to be what Vapi is sending to n8n to look up the information. So first of all, we've got the tool name. The tool name is lookup, and you need to make sure that this is the exact same name within your prompt, so Vapi knows what tool it is. So as you can see, I put it in quotation marks as the exact tool right there. So that is all good right there. And then we've got parameters right here, and you can literally just go ahead and add the name. So I've just got email, and then I've just got the description of that right there. So all it is it's asking for that email, and then it's sending it as well. So that's all that's happening in here. So it's sending that via JSON to a webhook address, which is this address right here. So it's gonna go ahead and send the webhook address to n8n, which is this one right here. If we go into the editor, which is this right here. So that is going to be sending that information via JSON to n8n to then process an automation to look up the availability. So make sure you have that n8n webhook in here, put it in, put the variability and put the value as email right here. You can just go ahead and just add it. It's really simple. You don't need to put a custom JSON in it, and then it's going to process it and send that automation to n8n. So Once it has that email, once it's looked up the customer email, it's going to send it to here. Again, it's receiving that webhook and then it's processing it to a Google Sheet CRM. Obviously, in a real world scenario, you're going to have different platforms. It's going to connect differently. It's going to have different APIs. So I'm just using a Google Sheet for this example in this video. But yeah, essentially sending that information in and then it's processing it to Google Sheet to look up that email within the CRM. So as you can see here, I put in the, if we go to executions, wait for it to load. As you can see, it's gone ahead and looked up that email. So I provided an email earlier. It's looked that up in the spreadsheet right here. You can see that was the email, emilyc@hotmail.com. It's looked it up and then it's then sent that JSON back to Vapi to then obviously converse with the customer. So now Vapi knows that this is the person it's speaking to via looking up that email through here. That's the patient history, that's its name, that's its phone number, and everything right there. So doing this allows us to make the conversation more customizable and more personalized as well. So yeah, it's going through that Google Sheet. It's searching it up by that email right here via the webhook that is sent. So if we go down here, we can see I've just gone ahead and used that email. I've dragged it in there, and then it's looking up from this database right here. So that's all that it's doing. It's getting those rows and then it's sending it back to n8n right there. So this is how we're sending it back. We're sending it back via JSON. Again, if you download this, it should be all good to go and you can implement it right there. Again, it's really important that we have the tool call ID because Vapi requires this really certain format that we need to use. So we need to use the tool call ID. You just need to make sure that you have this in, otherwise Vapi is not going to correctly return the webhook. So again, we've got the tool call ID from down here that has been sent. It's really easy. We can just go ahead and drop that in to the expression inside a custom JSON. And then we've got the result, which is all the details we've grabbed from the CRM. So that's what's happening in this automation, and then it's returning it back to Vapi. All right, so the second tool is a check availability tool. So in that prompt, we're prompting the AI agent once the customer has requested a time to then call this tool right here. So the tool name is check availability. Again, the same name that's in the prompt. The description here is I've just set a standard description to check the requested time of the user and to check the availability. Again, it's sending it to a webhook URL, so we can see right here that it's sending it to this webhook right here to then process and check the booking. Parameters, all I have is the requested time. So we can see, again, it's sending it via JSON of the requested time. And then, yeah, it's going to send it to n8n to then check the availability. So I'll show you how that works right now. So we can see right here, again, it's sending it to this webhook address. Again, it's a post webhook address. That's the same webhook where we have in Vapi right here. So you can see right there. And then from there, it's then going to contact an AI agent to check availability. So I'll go into the AI agent prompt right here if we pin it up. So we can see I've said the role, the same thing that I did in Vapi. I just like to do this again to make sure the AI agent knows its role and job. So we can see right here, I said you're an appointment availability checker. Your job is to get the requested time and use the calendar to check availability for the customer. I've also put the time now. So if you just want to go ahead and do that, literally all you have to do is just do double curly brackets and then do now and then click that right there and you can get the time now. And as you can see, that is the time right now. So we're letting the AI know the current time to help it book the appointment. Then the requested time is this right here. So again, the requested time of this exact string right here, sent to the webhook, and then we've mapped it to the AI agent. So I'll show you what that looks like. I'll go ahead and do executions right here. You can see that was just the one we had. Wait for it to load. And then we can see that the requested time right here is right there. So that is in ISO format. So I've got 2025, 6th of June, 11 a.m. So that was the time as you saw in the demo. And then from there, put the calendar data. So it just helps the AI process this booking. So 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Length of each slot is 1 hour. This is the booking process. So check if the customer's time is available using the calendar. If the time is available, let the model know. If it's unavailable, suggest up to 2 alternative slots closest to the requested time. So if the AI receives an unavailable time, it's then going to go back and request and check a new time within the calendar. Response and output. This is essentially what the AI agent is going to be sending back via webhook to Vapi to then obviously converse with the customer. So just really important here, I've just said, if it is available, confirm the appointment. And then the output example might be like this. So, hey there, the time that you requested of 10 a.m. on June 2nd is available. Just to confirm, would you like to book this? So that's what is going to be sending back to Vapi right there. Important notes I've just put here to really make sure that the AI agent processes this information correctly. So never output the result in the past. Always check availability in the future. Your ability to follow these steps is very important to the business. So yeah, that's all that's happening in this prompt as well. Of course, you're going to get this prompt completely for free. It should all work if you go ahead and download it. So that's what's happening in this prompt right here. And then from there, we have a few tools down here. So first, we're going to be using OpenAI to help use the AI agent and help process the information. So just using GPT-4o Mini for this purpose, and we can see that has been processed and prompted to OpenAI to then get the new availability and check it. So we can see from there that AI agent is then going to check the availability. So that's all that's happening in here. And I've just literally used define automatically by the model for the start time and end time. So we can see right here, since I told it the duration of the appointment was 1 hour, the AI automatically knows that the start time is going to be 11 a.m. and then the end time is going to be 12 p.m. So it's just put that right here in the start time and end time. And then the time zone is going to be Australia, Brisbane right there. So that's all that's happened in here. Then from there, it's decided that the slot is available and it's done that by doing it from true. And from there, send it back to the AI agent and then it's processed a webhook response. So if we go ahead and click that in here, we can see that we've got the tool call ID, same as the last automation, which is obviously going to be down here. We can see tool call ID right here, which is originally, because we need to send that back to Vapi, which is really important, otherwise it won't work. And then the result, which is what the AI agent has produced. So it's gone ahead and checked the availability, it's gone back, and then it's outputted this result, which is then going to send it back to Vapi right here. So essentially, that's how it works. That's how it checks all the availability right here. And then, yeah, let's move on to booking the appointment, which is the final automation. All right, and this is the book appointment tool. So this is going to be how the AI agent is booking the appointment with inside Google Calendar right here. So let's take a look at it. Appointment name, book appointment. So again, making sure it's the same in your prompt. Description is just to book the confirmed appointment with the user. And all that's different right here is we just have a different sort of parameters and different information we're sending to then put it into Google Calendar right here. So we can see we've got the reason right here. We've got the reason, we've got the email, we've got the name, and that's what the AI is going to be collecting right here, as you can see, and then sending it to Vapi to then book it into Google Calendar. So if we see right here, we've got the time, so the time of the confirmed appointment. So once the customer has confirmed the time they would like to book in, that's going to be that parameter right here. The name of the email, or the name of the person, sorry, that's going to be that parameter. The email of the person, and then the reason for the visit. So the AI agent, as you saw in the demo, confirms all these details, formats it by JSON, and then sends it to n8n to book. Of course, we've got the same webhook settings right here. So if we go here, that is the webhook that we're giving to Vapi to then send this information. You can see right here, it's sent it, of course, right there. So that's what we're going to be using. And yeah, that's all that's really happening in this tool. And so yeah, I'll show you the automation for a book appointment. All right, so this is the automation for booking the appointment. We can see that information with the name, the time, the email, and the reason for the visit gets sent in. It contacts the AI agent, it creates an event, and then it responds back to the user, letting them know if it's been successful or unsuccessful. So again, information comes in, comes to the AI agent, and then this is the prompt. Again, it's a little bit different. All I've said is that we've got the confirmed booking time, and then we've added on a 1 hour long time slot. So I'll just run you through how it works. So again, I prompted it the same way I prompt all my agents. I just say your job is to book a Google Calendar event. You'll be given a time to book, and you must use that time to create an event. Use the calendar tool, which is this tool right here. Again, using that tool to book the appointment. And then we need to make sure that the appointment duration will be 1 hour long. Ensure that you add 1 hour to the start time. So again, this is the booking time right here. I've said this is the start time of which the customer would like to book, which is confirmed right there. Output results, successful booking, and then that is going to be the message that it says to to the customer. So all I've said is the AI agent is now automatically going to know that that's the time, and then it's going to add 1 hour onto that time and then successfully create the event. So if we go ahead again using OpenAI for this model right here, creating an event, which is done perfectly right here. And then all that's really happening in here is I'm just letting the model automatically define the start time and end time. So because I've said in that prompt to add on 1 hour, it's automatically going to know that that new start time is going to be right there. So pretty sure I booked it right here. I think it was different. Yeah, sorry. So this was actually the demo. This was actually the demo message. Sorry if you got a little bit confused. But as you saw, it booked in for 11 a.m. right here. I think that was a different execution. So yeah. Again, booked in for 11 a.m. It showed the booking time, and then it added on 1 hour to create the event right here. So again, it's automatically been defined. You can see right here that the AI agent has defined the start time and end time. And then from there, we're adding the attendees, so via email. So again, using that information we have from the webhook right here. Right here, we go down and see, again, using that email and then using the name and then using the reason for the visit. So we don't need AI to necessarily process that information. All I've done is I put it within this format. So that's the email. So it's going to send an email to that person. In this case, we're just using a Gmail right there. And then the description, which is this, if we go here, the description is that. So again, just putting that information we got via webhook that's been defined by Vapi into the description right here. So again, if we go here, we go schema. Yeah, so we can see that that is the new booking right there. So yeah, we'll just put it in the description. Summary, which is the title of the booking right here. Again, using that same information from Vapi right there. So yeah, that's literally how it books an appointment. So again, yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for this video. If you are a business owner and you are looking to implement a voice AI solution right just like this, feel free to book a call in the link in the description below. But yeah, hopefully you have a better idea and have a better understanding of how to build these voice AI agents and how it works in a real case scenario. So without further ado, I'll see you in the next video, and bye.